What's up, everyone? Good morning. Well, if you're in my time zone, if you're not, good afternoon. Well, it's been recently, revealed that Gina Carano was fired. Now, I don't think my stance against her is any secret. And I'm going to be honest. Gina Carano, I thought is a terrible human being. And I think the support that she gets from the most disgusting parts of the Star Wars fandom. I mean, it's no coincidence that Gina Carano, before she got fired, when her views against trans people became public, the fandom has went from hating this and thought she was just some SJW trash into simping for her. Yeah, Gina Carano, is somebody that went from being an SJW to a anti SJW hero overnight. And we know what's going to in the next few days, weeks, and months. We're going to see the fandom menace make her look like the victim. They're going to. I wouldn't be surprised if they attempt to do a campaign to get Peto Pascal fired as well, because somebody that leans left in their eyes deserves to be canceled. And honestly, you're going to see hypocrisy be more apparent, that you're going to see them want to cancel more people. Then again, let's be honest here. The fandom menace is a movement of cancel culture. Gina Carano, if I have to be real, honestly, they're hypocrites. When John Boyega talked about, racism and how, the Star Wars fandom was racist, and how, racism you basically is the reason why his role in the movies was, you know, lessened as the trilogy progressed, the fandom menace were silent. And when he ever talked about race, they told John Boyega to shut up and stick to acting. Yet Gina Carano, they never gave her that same treatment, which goes to show you, if their political ideology is aligned, they're not going to say shit against Gina Carano. And do I care that she's gone? Well, I am surprised it took Disney this long to fire this vile human being who is not only transphobic, but a white supremacist and a fascist. I mean, there's evidence all over social media of this woman, supporting the Capitol riot, last month. There's evidence of her. I have one of them in my community post of her being an anti-Semite. And I think this tweet that she made, or I think it's a post she made on Instagram, I'll show it to you in a little bit. That, I believe, is what got her fired in the first place. And let's be honest, we all know Disney is a capitalist corporation. They don't give a shit about racism. They don't care about, the fact that this woman was saying this crap before. And I believe when this woman compared being a conservative to being a Jew in the Holocaust, that pissed a lot of people off. Because, you don't comparing, what Republicans are going through, basically being a garbage human being, to basically having nearly your entire culture and religion be destroyed, in almost 100 years ago, is fucking disgusting. It really is disgusting. And I would say it's borderline anti-Semitic, actually, comparing your struggles to what happened to the Jewish in the Holocaust, and it really is disgusting. And Well, let's be real. What was Disney going to do? Was Disney going to keep this woman employed knowing that she said something like this? Because, the Holocaust is a very touchy subject. Very touchy. And you just don't fucking say stupid shit like that and not expect consequences. And, well, majority of the people that are bitching about this don't believe in their own bullshit. It's like conservatives. Don't they say they believe in personal responsibility? Apparently not when it applies to people that say, something, really fucking dumb and disgusting. I mean, this lady, she literally was saying something like this, and Jews that are descendants, of Holocaust survivors, they're not gonna fucking put up with that shit. They're not. And I do think if you support this woman over Holocaust survivors or descendants of Holocaust survivors, I think you're disgusting. They never. I don't believe it. Well, they only gave a shit about her because, let's be honest here, Gina Carano is a person that aligns with them politically. Now, I know some people are going to demand evidence, which obviously I expect people to do that because I think blindly, saying, basically listening to what I have to say without investigating it for yourself is something, that you shouldn't do. So I'm going to give a link to the tweet. For those who don't know about the tweet, I'll give a link in the comments, section, after the stream's over, or in, the chat. So those in the chat could, take a look at this tweet themselves. Now, it's screenshotted by other people because it was deleted, but the damage was done, honestly. You don't say stupid crap like that and not expect people not to find out. And honestly, this lady, I think she's getting what she deserves. Honestly. There's consequences for your actions, and you don't get to, say stuff like that and not expect consequences. And honestly, this woman, she is everything that Star Wars is against. I'm just gonna, hey, Falcon General, hey man, you want to go on? You want to be part of this discussion? I'm willing to invite you on. Yeah, agreed. I'll invite you on, Falcon General, if you want. Just give me the okay. Though I would give you the invite privately, considering I don't want other people trying to crash the stream. Anyway, yeah, that's correct. Say stupid shit, win stupid prizes. And come on, we all know that Gina Carano, let's be real, she's going to milk this for all it's worth. She's going to go on a conservative talk show, talk about, how the mob, got her canceled, even though she got canceled because of her own dumb, comments. Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. Honestly, it really is stupid. And honestly, the very fact that people still support this woman, and let's be real, she is not, she doesn't represent majority of the customer base. Neither does the fandom menace. If Gina Carano represented the majority of the customer base, they would have kept her. But she doesn't. Because let's be honest here, most of the people, the masses, do not want an open transphobe, an open anti-Semite, an open dumb bitch that says something comparing, being a Republican to being a Jew in the Holocaust, which is not only not only is that borderline anti-Semitic, I would consider it also Holocaust denial, downplaying the effects the Holocaust had on the Jewish people to being a fucking Republican. You could still say stupid shit. You could still have your goddamn political opinions, even if they're wrong. Jews collectively, they're constantly reminded of the Holocaust every single day. They're constantly reminded that their culture, their religion, was almost destroyed, was almost wiped out from the face of the earth. From people like her who would have supported people like Mussolini, Hitler, and Franco. People like her would have supported those people. These people, they still they're not going to be able to, not think about the what happened in Nazi Germany almost a century ago. This is trauma that all the Jewish people are suffering from, and this woman comparing her dumbass fucking Republicans, their supposed oppression to what happened with the Jews is insulting, and I think it's borderline disgusting. And well, we all know that the Phantom Menace are probably going to try doing the same thing, get Pedro Pascal canceled. Why? Because out of spite, but they're not going to succeed because Disney is not going to freaking fire the main star of The Mandalorian just to appease a bunch of fucking basement-dwelling anti-SJWs who don't even represent the majority of the customer base for Star Wars. Disney did not do this out of the goodness of their own heart. They have no problem with racism. What they have a problem with is somebody, saying stupid shit that gets in the way of their profits. She said something that got in the way of them making money because it is not good business having an open anti-Semite white supremacist, employed in Lucasfilm. I mean, they could still have a white supremacist just as long as they are like, keep it under wraps. Just keep it to themselves. Gina Carano could still have had her job had she not, opened her dumbass mouth on social media. She still could have had her job. And this is one thing these conservative celebrities all have in common. They complain and bitch about, stuff that is entirely their fault. They say that the left, don't take responsibility for their actions. But when push comes to shove, when they do something that's irresponsible, they deny any responsibility for their actions in the first place. I mean, it's nothing new. Conservatives, especially in the United States, do this all the goddamn time. And Gina Carano, is no different from these typical conservatives. This woman is out of touch with reality. She's out of touch with the average person, just like every other celebrity out there. She isn't unique, of course, but, this exposes the hypocrisy of the Phantom Menace. Oh, this woman stands up to the mob. What mob? Oh, wait, majority of the fucking population that do not fucking like, Trump supporters. Trump supporters are fucking disgusting. And those who still support, that wannabe fascist clown, I'm sorry. Fuck off. You deserve a boot in your ass. Honestly. Your actions show you have nothing but contempt by majority of the people of the country who either refuse to vote for Trump or refuse to support Trump. And I know this is, the Jedi's cantina is not usually this political, but God damn it, when you're talking about someone like Gina Carano, you cannot not be political. And I think taking a stance, against her and not doing it at all is basically supporting her. Gina Carano, there should be more people out there that are actually talking about this that besides myself. I'm only one guy with a shitty mic, a shitty computer, and there's people that have more resources than I do, more support than I do, more subscribers than I do that can get the message out far better than I could. But you know what? There's people out there that have better things to do than to talk about, stupid shit in Star Wars. Considering that I'm a Star Wars channel and most of my subscribers, most of my support I got through Star Wars, I'm going to talk about this because I feel like as a Star Wars fan, as somebody that loves Star Wars, I have to talk about this because this is a big topic right now, and it's going to be a topic that you're probably going to get sick of hearing about, for the next few weeks and months because they're never going to stop talking about this. Lucasfilm, fires Gina Carano, but refuses to do the same for, Pedro Pascal, who said racist stuff, even though there's no evidence. That's what they're going to do. They're going to use what happened with Gina Carano to attack more content creators of color, more employees of color. They're going to use this to go even harder on, people of color that work in Lucasfilm at this point. They're going to do this. They're going to do this. Why are they going to do this? I may ask, why will they be doing this? Because they're going to use everything they can to keep their, dying movement going on even longer. Let's be real. The Phantom Menace would have been dead by now if they didn't constantly look for something to actually keep themselves relevant. This Gina Carano thing is going to keep them alive for quite a bit longer because they're going to compare any person of color who says anything to what happened with her, even though it's not even a fucking comparison. I'm just going to look at the comments. Yeah, it was dumb. I will agree. She should not have. And here's the thing: she could have still had her job. That's the thing that's really funny about this whole fucking thing. She could have still had her job. Honestly, it wasn't that fucking hard. Conservatives are not being oppressed. It's just Disney, being a fucking business, is not going to freaking keep somebody that will actually potentially interfere with their potential profits. Because for me, I was reluctant to watch, Mandalorian because of this woman. Now I'm actually somewhat excited for the third season of Mandalorian and Rangers of the New Republic, because if this bitch isn't going to be in there, I'm, likely going to watch it. So I don't have to freaking watch this, actress that can't act for shit, who is a terrible human being. I mean, it's not like you can't recast the character of whatever the fuck her character's name is with a better actress who actually can act. I mean, it's not that difficult. There is a person that looks enough like, Gina Carano, who would be able to do a better job as an actress. Honestly. You're going to fucking hear people complain about this for months. Do not be surprised. This is going to be the new Captain Marvel for these people. They're going to do like 80 to, you have hundreds of thousands of videos on YouTube, talking about this whole goddamn thing. And unfortunately, this little stream that I'm doing is going to get basically buried in the algorithm because, of all the bullshit that's going to be, spit out. It's like, let's be real. All of these, videos that they're already out for the most part are going to be the same goddamn video, but by different people. Honestly. Yeah. What's hilarious is, she'll never be fired. Oh, Jon Favreau prevented her from being fired, which there's no evidence for that. And if looks like Jon Favreau will not fucking be able to do anything. I mean, if I were fucking Jon Favreau, I wouldn't want to die on this fucking hill of Gina Carano. And that's the thing. Nobody who works in Lucasfilm wants to die on this hill defending her because she's not, fucking somebody that's worth defending. She isn't somebody that's standing up against the fucking mob. She's not somebody that's actually defending, anything. She's just a stupid woman who is a fascist, who supported the riots, And let's be real, the masses do not fucking want someone fucking like that, you know, in Star Wars. I don't. I couldn't stand the fact that you had an open fucking fascist working for Lucasfilm. I mean, I love Star Wars, but and you know what? Maybe sometimes I want to maybe escape, for a few, hours. But I can't do that when I'm reminded that there's somebody that is a garbage human being working for them. I cannot comment on because this is not the stream for that. This is basically a stream about the Gina Carano situation. And okay, I'm gonna be real. Honestly, I don't think much is gonna be done about this. Honestly, yeah, Disney did a good thing once in a while. They did something good, but let's be honest, they freaking fucked over John Boyega big time by basically minimalizing his character in, the sequel trilogy films because of China. They treated him like crap. And as a result, people will forever remember Finn as a simp for Rey and not as an actual character because of China. Because they want to appeal to that market and they shrinked, his role in the poster in China. They, minimize his screen time and the sequel films after The Force Awakens. It's like Disney doesn't care about racism. They don't care about anti-Semitism even. Considering, the founders' fucking history with anti-Semitic, bullshit. What they care about is profits. If majority of, the Star Wars fandom, majority of the population that watch and enjoy Star Wars, if they were the exact same way as Gina Carano and they supported her, and it was the overwhelming majority, you know what? Disney would still have her employed because follow the money. Seriously, who are you going to gain more money, from? The group of people that are bitching about Star Wars that don't actually support, Star Wars really, who make money shitting on Star Wars, or they're gonna make, go cater to the people that actually buy the merch, who actually buy the merchandise, and regardless what the fandom menace want to say, oh, these SJWs don't buy anything. Well, guess what? Most of the fandom aren't SJWs. The only SJWs I see are the fandom menace. They don't buy merch. The only reason this consumerist rebellion existed in the first place is because of one shitty movie that came out, 3 years ago at this point, or is it 4? Yeah, it's 4 years ago. Honestly, let's just be real. That's the whole reason, why this started in the first place. And Gina Carano is just the latest, addition to the saga that is, entitled Man Children, complaining about shit. And let's be honest, none of these people actually, I feel like, really watched Mandalorian. They never actually cared about the show. They never even cared about the character that Gina Carano played. That only when they found out that she was just like them that they supported her. And you know what? I really do love the hypocrisy that this exposes. Because, when someone like her says something that they like, it really shows that the Fandom Menace is a political group of far-right extremists. You cannot say that you're not. Okay, let's be honest. Majority of the personalities that these people support are borderline fascists. They're not freaking people that are apolitical, that believe politics should be taken out of entertainment, because nobody believes that nonsense. That's just a buzzword for leftist politics. But then again, these people wouldn't know a leftist person if they fucking saw one, because they think liberalism and communism are one and the same. These reactionaries, they are not apolitical at all. And they've proven it time and time again. When you have a person that's more left-leaning that speaks their mind, the same as Gina Carano, but not as fucking a race, not a racist piece of shit. They're they're accused of bringing politics into Star Wars. But if it's a person that's playing one of the good guys, and I use that word loosely, and she's basically a open Trump supporter and borderline fascist and anti-Semite, they support her because let's be honest here. The average Phantom Minister is a racist. They are anti-Semites. They spew anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. And well, this woman, she did, actually spew anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. And Disney's not going to allow her to be on their payroll while she's doing this nonsense. It's not like they care that she said this stuff. If it's just, honestly, Disney is all about money, and you cannot freaking expect a company like Disney to basically keep this woman around when majority of the people that actually are on Disney Plus that support Star Wars cannot stand this woman. And firing her was a good move on their part because they're capitalists. They have to appeal to the people that are going to buy their product. And if they're going to not have her get fired, then honestly, they are not giving the customers what they want. And I'm sorry to say this, and I know the Phantom Menace do not understand how capitalism works, but if you are a capitalist and you could potentially lose profit, off stupid nonsense, of what someone else says, then you know what? You're going to go with the people that actually support you, because all the Phantom Menace does is say a bunch of stupid shit, claim that they're for this, but they're actually for that, and act like they're the biggest oppressed people on the planet, despite the fact they're privileged as fuck, and all this is just stupid. Oh my god, someone says something I don't like. That's what they are in a nutshell. And you know what? I'm going to show you one of the tweets that is anti-Semitic right now. I'm going to show it to you, because if I just, say, okay, if you're saying this, where's the evidence? Well, I'm going to show you the evidence. Now, I gave a link in the, on the, community tab. The live chat. If you want, I will give a link to it after this video is over. Now, I'm just going to show you. This is, an anti-Semitic meme. Now, look at this. Why is this anti-Semitic? Now, for those of you who are not as politically educated, one of the biggest anti-Semitic conspiracy theories are Jewish bakers are controlling the world. And, well, look at this image. What does this tell you? Now, I'm not going to say that there aren't bankers that are Jewish that are controlling the world, but this is anti-Semitic. There are people, most of the Jewish population is poor, despite what you're told by the average anti-Semite. The average Jew is poor, and this is anti-Semitic because it's trying to, make victims, okay. Here's the thing. It was anti-Semitic because it was claiming that Jews were controlling the world, and there are Jews, which I wouldn't really call them Jews, that actually identify as white. They could pass for being white, and Judaism is a religion, not an ethnicity. Honestly, yeah. I don't think that what they're going to do is they have to watch Mandalorian, Because if they don't, they're not going to have anything to bitch about. They're not going to have anything to bitch about. Honestly. Okay, anyway. The saga of Gina Carano is far from over. We could all celebrate that this cunt is gone. I don't care. I'm going to say it because that's exactly what she is. We could all celebrate that she's finally gone from Star Wars. We're never going to see her again in an episode of Mandalorian. We're never going to see her in a signal episode of Rangers of the New Republic or Ahsoka. That she's gone. Now, her character, I don't even remember her character's name. It escapes me. I'm sorry. They could recast her, honestly. They could still use her in future material, like in the novels, and the comics. It's not like they still can't use her. But I don't to what extent I could see them trying to work around the situation. Honestly, I just don't see her character as being that important. I think you can replace her with any other character that could have done what her character did in the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, because that's how insignificant her character was. I mean, she doesn't even appear in that many episodes. Yeah, they do. That's all they do. And I do, of course, I think she probably would have been a regular reoccurring character, in The Mandalorian. But with her gone, what the hell are they going to do? You know what? They could recast her, because Disney has recast characters before. They've recast other characters with a different actor. The MCU did it with War Machine and the Hulk. I think they could do that with Gina Carano. I mean, wouldn't it be a slap in the face if they, cast on their actress and reveal that her character is transgender? That'd be a slap in the face to Gina Carano if they wanted to do that. When they bring her character back with another actor, then again, I basically see them just sweeping this under the rug, acting like, okay, this character was around for a few seasons. We'll probably get another character that basically does the same thing Gina Carano's character did, and we'll just move on. And I think they're just going to cast another actress to play a different character, because you could have had any other character do what Gina Carano's character did, and nothing would have changed, because that's how insignificant her character is. Honestly, is it disappointing for those who actually enjoyed her character but hated her actress? Possibly. But you know what? Honestly, let's be real. Not every character we like is played by a good person. William Shatner is a terrible human being, but but Captain James Kirk is one of the most iconic characters ever in fiction. Now, what's the difference between William Shatner and Gina Carano? First off, let's be honest. We could separate the actor from the character of Kirk, because I have to be honest with you, Kirk would fucking punch William Shatner in the face. Gina Carano and her character, I cannot separate them, because I don't see the difference. I think what her character did and what the actress did, I just see too much similarities between the two, that I think it's better just to remove her altogether. Honestly, it's going to be jarring, I'm not going to lie, but then again, they could get a different actress. I don't know. Who knows what the future will hold without her in the show? The show isn't going to oh my God, they're probably going to do something. Disney Plus loses hundreds of freaking subscribers. Disney is panicking. It's like, yeah, Disney's going to freaking lose sleep over a few hundred basement dwelling freaking incels unsubbing to them because, oh my God, they fired Gina Carano. It's like, yeah, whatever. If you actually have Disney Plus just for Mandalorian, you're a fucking idiot. Honestly. And you wouldn't even keep it anyway. Yes. Oh my God. I mean, yeah. It's like, holy crap. Now, I didn't have to do this stream, if I'm going to be honest, considering the fact that there's other people that are going to report on it. They'll probably do a better job at breaking this down better than I will. Because, no, she's not. And I'm not going to get to that can of worms in this stream because, I'm not familiar enough with that controversy to comment on it. So, to quote Mao Zedong, no investigation, no right to speak. I will not talk about her because I don't have enough knowledge about her, honestly. I know basic things, the stuff that she did, but unless I thoroughly investigate it, I'm not going to, comment on it. The only reason I'm talking about Gina Carano because I've been keeping up with what this woman has said and done ever since I first heard that she was transphobic. And as a Star Wars fan, I had no choice but to keep tabs on it. Ahsoka, I didn't do it as much, even though the actress is rumored to be transphobic. I feel like it wasn't as much of a priority for me because at most she would appear in one episode of Mandalorian. That's what I thought at the time. Now, if a trans YouTuber does say that there's a problem with these actors, I'm going to listen to them because honestly, and having a open transphobe in this day and age working for Lucasfilm is not a good, look. Now, I will say this though, just because Gina Carano is gone doesn't mean that it undoes everything that she's done. Let's be real. At the end of the day, she only freaking lost employment from Disney. This woman, she's not going to freaking be uncomfortable. Honestly, she's going to still have her career. In fact, I argue, she's probably she might star in one of Ben Shapiro's or whatever you call those, the Daily Wire. What the fuck did Ben Shapiro and his group of weirdos are doing? She may star in one of their movies, one of these days. I mean, she still has a career. Honestly, this woman is she's not going to be hurting that much. And I'm just going to be realistic here. Yes, she's fired. Yes, she's gone from Star Wars. But she's not going to be hurting that much. And unfortunately, that is the truth. Now, should we celebrate? Sure, we could celebrate that she's gone, but don't think that her career is over because it's far from being over. In fact, if the Fandom Menace have something to say about this, or people like Steven Crowder or Ben Shapiro, they're going to make her into a anti-SJW hero, even more so. So you're going to see more than just people in the Fandom Menace talking about, Gina Carano. You're going to talk about Ben Shapiro saying something about this. If he's dumb enough to actually speak to someone like Gina Carano, that would look really bad on him, but whatever. Ben Shapiro is a meme. Steven Crowder already said something dumb. Same thing with fucking Trump Jr. It's like there is a concerted movement trying to get, Pedro Pascal canceled. And you're going to see more hypocrisy coming from the Fandom Menace. You're going to see more hypocrisy coming from, conservative celebrities that are going to, show solidarity towards Gina Carano because they're going to. It's going to happen. Be prepared. The saga of Gina Carano is not over. It's far from it. If you ask me, the saga of Gina Carano has only just begun. And I have nothing more else to say regarding this. I might, do another stream, but not on this particular topic exclusively because I've covered everything I needed to cover on Gina Carano. And if I were to continue to stream even longer, especially me being by myself, it would be even longer than it needed to be. I'd be repeating myself. And if somebody else wants to go on the stream who has something to say about this, this is your last chance. I'm just going to give you guys 1 minute to say if you want to be part of it. And if you're good what I said in the stream, then I'll just end it. Now, honestly, even though this doesn't really matter at the grand scheme of things, there's more important stuff I could be talking about. But considering I'm a Star Wars channel, people are going to ask about this anyway. I wanted to be ahead of the curve. And I do expect dislikes from people that support Gina Carano, because honestly, you cannot refute what she has said with her own words. And I know they're going to twist it and claiming, oh, but that you're just actually twisting what you said when she actually meant this. No, I knew damn well what she said, and she didn't say it to say it something else. It's like you're just going to see more of that. You're going to see them, double down and actually bend over backwards to try to make it seem like Gina Carano is not a racist. Oh, she's not a transphobe. When in fact she actually is. And that's the one thing about conservatives in the modern era. And I'm referring to online conservatives. I'm not referring to conservatives that live in a town that work for a living and actually support their families and aren't garbage human beings. I don't think they're all like that. I'm referring to online conservatives, though, because they're the loudest. They're not the majority of the population. They're a vocal minority. I'm referring to them. When I talk about conservatives, I'm referring to the vocal minority on social media who say dumbass shit like this. And yeah, honestly, I would be vigilant, pay attention. Don't, celebrate because she's gone, not completely, because she's not going to be gone for the spotlight. She's gone from Star Wars, but not gone from the spotlight. All right, people, this stream is pretty much done. I've said everything I wanted to say, and nobody wants to hop on. Red salute. Fuck Gina Carano. I'm glad this bitch is gone from Star Wars. And see you guys next time with another video. And may the Force be with you. Always.